What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 73 of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. My name is Blaze, and I am going to do today, I'm going to do a expanded tournament with my Fighting Fit deck, but I also want to take some time to talk about one of the newer Pokemon that was shown off in the latest Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer, Ash-Greninja. So, if you're a fan of the anime, there is a very popular poster going around the internet, kind of showing off, it was kind of a preview poster for Pokemon X, Y, and Z that showed off a Greninja that looked a little bit more like Ash. It had kind of his attributes. It looked like his colorizations were a little bit more in tune with the same colors that Ash wore. So it was kind of called Ash-Greninja. It took on the characteristics of Ash, but also only got there because of the bond that it shared with Ash. I didn't watch the anime for X, Y, and Z, so I'm not really sure how that came about. But this special Greninja is going to be available in Pokemon Sun and Moon. There will be a special demo version that you'll be able to play through, and it'll have this Greninja in it. Once you finish the demo, you can transfer that Greninja into your game. And that's cool. I think that's neat. I think my only holdup with Ash-Greninja is that it's called Ash-Greninja. And let me read the description here, because I'll let you know why I have a problem with that. Not really a problem. I just have it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's more of a apprehension to the naming of this Pokemon. But anyway, so Ash-Greninja has powered up thanks to the strength of its bond with Ash. This is the form Greninja takes when it has gained new power due to the miraculous occurrence known as the bond phenomenon. This can be brought on by the bonds between people and Pokemon. It seems that it has only known to have occurred once, several hundred years ago. Ash-Greninja's leg strength has been enhanced compared to an ordinary Greninja, making it difficult to see because of the speed at which it can move. It takes its enemies out in a flash. It becomes able to make giant water shurikens on its back, and it can throw them in rapid succession. Greninja that can become Ash-Greninja have an ability that no Pokemon has ever had before, Battle Bond. The Battle Bond ability triggers this Pokemon's form change to Ash-Greninja after it causes an opponent's Pokemon to faint. When the battle ends, the Pokemon returns to its original Greninja form. This form is only for battles where it needs to break the limits. So, the reason I have an issue with Ash-Greninja is that this is a Greninja that has formed a bond with its trainer, and it should take on the colorization and the attributes of that trainer, not a different trainer from Pallet Town. Does that make sense? Like, and maybe it does. Maybe in the final version of the game it actually will take on different attributes of your actual trainer. Maybe it's just for the demo purposes, but I feel like if you're going to have a Pokemon that is bonded to you, it should look like you, you know? It shouldn't look like a random trainer that your main character has never even met before. So that's my main hang-up on Ash-Greninja. If anything, just call it Bonded Greninja. That's fine. I'm okay with that. It's just, it's not... It shouldn't be called Ash-Greninja. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, I think it's a great Pokemon. I think that another hang-up I have on it is that the ability lets it transform after it knocks out a Pokemon, and then it goes back to regular Greninja after that battle, which that's fine, but it seems like, I mean, you can't make it always be Ash-Greninja after it transforms in battle. It just seems like either it's Ash-Greninja or it's not Ash-Greninja. Like that should be kind of how it is. Like, it should almost be like a Mega Stone or something. If it's going to have a transformation, it just seems kind of pointless. If you're going to use it in a game where you never have to use an ability like that, it just seems like it might not ever come in handy unless the Elite Four or whatever boss battle you're going to face is like super challenging. Then it might come in handy. But I don't know. As far as right now, it just seems like the transformation, the animation of the transformation is going to take too long, and it's better. You'll never be in a situation where your Pokemon are going to faint anyway, So, I don't know. It's cool, it's neat, but the only things I would change are A, you know, maybe this Pokemon should have a hidden ability that does this instead of a regular ability, and once it transforms, it stays that way. Or if you have, or maybe you have to give it an item once you reach a certain friendship or something like that. It just seems like in battle, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And another thing too is that if you have this Pokemon, let's say you get Ash-Greninja and you have it in your party and you fight with it one time, you knock out a Pokemon, and all of a sudden now it's Ash-Greninja, you have that bond. Does that really make a lot of sense that you fought with this Pokemon one time and now it has a bond with you? That seems like something you'd have to earn over a period of time. That's all I'm saying. It is what it is. I'm happy to have Ash-Greninja in the game. He does look pretty cool, and it'll be interesting to see if any of the details actually change from the demo version to the actual release. But anyway, that's enough talk about Ash-Greninja. Let's move on to a expanded tournament. I also have some packs of cards to open, which I'll get to in just a second. Let me go ahead and go through a match real quick, and depending on how well the match goes, we may open up one and then another at the end of the video. But I have 3 packs of black and white cards to open up. I purchased them for 700 tokens in the shop. I think they're actually still in there, and you can get some older sets if you purchase those 700 coin bundles. You get 2 cards, Latios and Latias, and you're able to they also throw in 3 packs of black and white. I want to say it's Phantom Forces, but it's not. I can't remember what it is. We'll get to it in a second. But anyway, so we're into the tournament here. Fighting Fit deck. This is a deck I use quite often on my channel because it's my deck. I made this deck. It's my own creation. I fine-tuned it. I put a lot of time and effort into making sure that it has some great power and great strategy, and it's fun to play when you get it going, but there's room for opportunity, I think. But it's still pretty fun to play. So my opponent has a deck with 3 different types of energy in it, which could be a problem. It could be beneficial for me if my opponent is having trouble getting the correct energy out. So normally I try to get Carbink out on the bench as soon as possible so I can start powering him up. In this case, I don't want Carbink on the bench just yet because he doesn't have any EX Pokemon. So it's not that it would be a waste, it's just that it's not something I need right now. You just saw he put a little angry face up there because I knocked out his starter Pokemon on my first turn. Imagine how mad he would have been if I knocked out, if he put energy onto that. That would make him even more upset, but it's all good. I just did the crying face. It's gonna seem like I'm insulting him, but I'm not. I'm not insulting him. It was funny. He's gonna be like, "What a jerk." He's telling me that I'm crying. I'm not crying. I guess we'll go ahead and grab Machamp and Machop. Get that extra ability. Machamp's ability allows your fighting type Pokemon to do a 20 extra damage. So we're going to go ahead and throw that up there. Not this next turn, but the turn after that. Go ahead and get my fighting Pokemon powered up. He's going to do some damage. He's going to do about... He could do 80 damage, which would not be good. I'm not sure why he's got so much energy on him, though. He doesn't... Oh, I guess he needs 4. But 50 damage, I'll take that. That's totally cool. I may as well go ahead and grab something, I guess. I guess I'll grab Carbink and... Oh, that'd work. It's all good. So this deck's actually, today it's working out pretty well. It's actually going better than I thought it would. It is... Oh, I can grab 2 more cards. But yeah, honestly, this deck it usually works out pretty well. If he does 80 damage, I lose. So that's not good. We don't want that. However, Zygarde comes up and knocks him out. And 80. That's okay. Not a big deal. I'm not too concerned. So he's going to need another electric energy in order to do any kind of damage to Zygarde with Zapdos. And even then he needs another energy to do his higher damaging attack. So I don't have much to worry about there. 370 damage. That is how it's done, my friends. He needs a bench. He needs to have some Pokemon on his bench. Otherwise, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and end it. I'm not going to make him wait. So, that was the first match. Good game. Well played. Not much you could do. I know that I don't know what you had in your hand, but your options were limited. And it's really unfortunate when you come into a situation where your options are just limited. But it happens from time to time, and it's happened to me. It's happened to me on camera quite often. So here are the packs I'm talking about. This is Call of Legends. We're going to open 3 booster packs total, but I'm going to do 2 right now, and then 2 after the next match. Well, 1 more, and then a Steam Siege pack as well. So as far as inside this pack, I actually don't have any of these cards. Professor Oak's New Theory. That'll be interesting to read. A Steel-type Mawile. Let's see what else we have. Boom. Ho-Oh. Alright, I've never had a Ho-Oh card in the online game. So 100 HP, Combustion for 50. Scorching Wing does 100. But if Tails, you discard all fire energy attached to Ho-Oh. It's a very costly move, 3 fire and 2 colorless. And then you have to discard all fire if you have a Tails. So I don't know if I would use that very often, unless you have those special fire energy, and you can't guarantee that you're going to have 3 of the special fire energy in your hand when you need to attach them to Ho-Oh. So I would pass on that. I'd pass on putting that in my deck. Slowpoke's Whimsy Tackle does 20 damage, but does nothing on a Tails flip. We've seen Slowpokes like that before. I love Jolteon, one of my favorite Pokemon. Agility is 20, and if you flip heads, you prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, on your opponent's next turn. And Mach Bolt's 70 damage, so this is a pretty solid card. A little bit more HP would be nice, but it's not too bad. I wonder why it looks like it says Stage 3. It's a Stage 2 card, but it looks like it says Stage 3. I'm certain you can evolve it from Eevee either way. It's just hard to read that. So Professor Oak's New Theory. It's a supporter card. Shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards. That's a pretty solid card. It's just like Shauna, except you draw an extra card. And I like the idea of shuffling your hand into your deck better than I like discarding my hand. Magby has 30 HP. Sweet Sleeping Face, as long as Magby is asleep, prevent all damage done to Magby by attacks. And playing with fire, the defending Pokemon is now burned, but Magby is now asleep. And then you can't hurt him while he's asleep, so that's not bad. Mareep, 10 damage, 40 HP. Chikorita, Nap is he'll remove 1 damage counter from Chikorita. And Reckless Charge, Chikorita does 10 damage to itself. So they changed the wording on a lot of these heal cards where they talk about heal 10 damage from a Pokemon instead of remove 1 damage counter. I'm not sure why they did that, but they did change the wording on that for some reason. Maybe you guys know, post it in the comments below. I haven't been in the game for a long time, so maybe I missed why that wording was changed. Maybe it'll hit me later on too. But Hitmonchan, detect is flip a coin, and if heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to Hitmonchan. Sky Uppercut's 30 damage, but it's not affected by resistance. Eevee, probably my all-time favorite Pokemon. Tackle and Bite, 50 HP, kind of a basic Eevee, not bad. Maul, so Selfish Draw, look at the top card of your deck. You may put it into your hand. If not, discard it and draw a card. Destructive Jaws, 30 damage, and flip a coin. If heads, the defending Pokemon is now paralyzed, and discard an energy card attached to the defending Pokemon. That's a pretty decent card. As far as Destructive Jaw goes, it's not a bad attack. It's got 60 HP, so it might stay in there on your first or second turn. Here is the second pack. So, these will probably all be new cards I've never seen before. Vulpix. Vulpix is another one of my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Lugia and Palkia. So Palkia has 100 HP and does Wormhole for 60 damage. Switch Palkia with one of your benched Pokemon, then your opponent switches a defending Pokemon with one of his or her benched Pokemon. So you have to, it's like an escape rope effect. You do 60 and do an escape rope. Lugia, this is a pretty cool card. I like the way it's drawn. Linear attack is choose one of your opponent's Pokemon. This attack does 30 damage to that Pokemon. And Hydro Splash for 80 damage. It's a very costly attack. We just saw Ho-Oh with the same attack, roughly, called something else. Again, I would not put this card in my deck. Cheerleader's Cheer. Draw 3 cards, and your opponent may draw a card. Interesting. Sage's Training. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose any 2 cards you find there and put them into your hand. Not too bad. We've got Professor Elm's Training Method. Search your deck for an evolution card, show it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. That's not bad. I think cards like Wally are much better. However, I mean, it's kind of the same. It's almost the same as Evo Soda, but not quite. You're just putting it into your hand. You may or may not be able to evolve that Pokemon, but it's nice to search your deck for an evolution card. Vulpix does Singe and burns the defending Pokemon on a heads flip. Ember is 30 damage. Flip a coin. If tails, discard a fire energy card. Snubble does Roar. Switch the defending Pokemon with one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Fake Tears, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent can't play any trainer cards from his or her hand during your opponent's next turn. And you reduce damage to Teddy Ursa by 30. Clefairy's Minimize. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done to Clefairy by attacks is reduced by 20. And Hitmonlee, high jump, kick for 60, and kick for 20. So that's the second pack. We're going to get into the next battle here in just a second. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's going to go well. So far it's been going pretty good. I already am in 3rd place. Or I guess third or 4th place. So I get 2 packs. Regardless. So I've been really tired today. A lot of busy times at work today, so I haven't really had. I've been trying to get to sleep on time and actually try to get some rest, but last couple of days I've come home pretty tired. That's okay. I mean, it's all in, you know. You work hard so you can make more money so you can play even harder, right? But it's all good. I like my job, you know, for the most part. Everything has its issues, but I really do enjoy my job. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. It's a secret. But either way, it's just a job for me. It's not really like, it's not that deep. But I have been kind of tired recently, if you've noticed. I don't know if you've noticed or anything, but been kind of exhausted. Here goes that shaman, though. Blacksmith, do you have cards in your discard pile? Huh, okay. You discarded 2 fire energy. That's actually pretty clever. Not bad at all. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make him switch, because why the heck not? He clearly has some kind of a plan, and I don't like it. I do not like it. 30 damage, what? What? That was a resistance, I didn't know that. That was kind of brilliant, though, to make him switch, because he had that balloon. So, it may have wasted my Lysandra, but that's okay. Going to evolve this next turn. He's going to retreat, though. Yeah. So basic Pokemon. I don't have any basic Pokemon. Oh, I'm dead. It's game over. Wow. That was very quick. Oh. I feel like that was just instant karma, I guess. That was crazy. But I couldn't do anything else. There was literally nothing else I could do. Anywho, let's go ahead and go open those 2 more packs, and we will see what we get. So actually, I had a lot of fun over the weekend. I bought a couple of bundle packs of cards, so if you were able to catch my channel Monday or Tuesday, you're able to see me open up some interesting things that I got for the trading card game. I told myself I'd never buy a bunch of cards, and I went out and bought some cards on Saturday. Opened them up on Monday, and it was actually pretty fun to do that, so I'll probably be doing that a lot more. I just can't do it once a week, so it's going to be... We'll see how much I can, but just as a heads up, you know, I'll be doing that in the future. So we got a Slowking here. It's 80 HP. Second Sight. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 3 cards of either player's deck, put them back on top of that player's deck in any order. This power can't be used if Slowking's affected by a special condition, which most abilities before a certain point, you were not able to do them unless if your Pokemon was affected by a special condition. In today's game, it doesn't matter. Every ability works all the time, it seems. Psyshock is 30, and you paralyze on a heads flip. We just saw Clefairy. This is just a shiny Clefairy. Croconaw does Wave Splash for 30 and Big Bite for 50. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. Quilava does Flamethrower for 60. Discard an energy attached to Quilava. I like this card. I love Typhlosion and Cyndaquil. Those are probably my favorite of the Johto starters. We just saw Magby a second ago. Magmar, Live Coal, and Magma Punch. I believe that you can evolve... Can you not? I thought there was a disclaimer here, or some kind of a instruction that said you can evolve Magby into Magmar if you chose to. But that was probably in the original games. I don't think you can do that anymore. Eevee, we saw that one. Cyndaquil, Fireworks for 20. Flip a coin. If tails, discard a fire energy attached to Cyndaquil. We just saw Vulpix, and we just saw Teddiursa. So one more pack of cards, I'll sign off there. I do want to thank you for watching. If you have any comments, definitely put them in the comments below. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe to my channel. I do videos every Monday through Friday on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, so definitely tune in and subscribe. As far as this Steam Siege pack, I probably won't get a whole lot of new cards, because I have, this is probably the set that I have the most of. So, nothing new. Volcarona, 110 HP, Shimmering Scales for 20. Flip a coin. If tails, I'm sorry, if heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And if Tails, your opponent's active Pokemon, is now paralyzed. And Power Hurricane for 120, discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. So if you have this special fire energy, you can keep getting those back and keep doing the 120. And it also does grass and fire damage. This is a decent card. It's just hard to get it powered up and keep it powered up. Mareep's Thunderwave paralyzes on a heads flip. Captivating Pokepuff. Reveal your opponent's hand and put any number of basic Pokemon onto your opponent's bench. Skiploom does splash for 20. Remove all effects of attacks on each player and his or her Pokemon. Disorderly Flip. Flip 4 coins and do 10 damage times the number of heads. Mantine. Discard as many cards as you like from your hand and heal 10 damage from this Pokemon for each card you discarded. And Dwindling Wave does 90 damage minus 10 for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Chimchar. Ember does 30, but you have to discard an energy on a Tails flip. Hoppip does splash for 10, and Meowth stall. If this is your first attack of the game, you can use this attack, and that will discard one of your opponent's energy cards. So again, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. I will see you tomorrow.